Welcome back, Dice Masters fans. We are about to go into round 5 of the Dice Masters World Championships. This is going to be the final round before Top Cut. We've got Marcelo versus Ben here. You've seen them both on stream before if you've watched all of today's games. And as it would happen, they could have ID'd into cut. But I guess strategically, are choosing to play it out because Marcelo is almost 100%, even if he loses, to make cut. But if he wins his game instead of having a tie, he is likely to have an opponent with a lesser record from the Swiss rounds. And that's pretty reasonable. And, Ben was kind of just fine either way. Marcelo added the comment that he came from Chile. He's here to play. And so it's great that someone can find a lot of joy in the game. That's one of the many different things we like to provide here. So Ben's asking kind of like, how'd you get here? Because he just like us is interested in how Marcelo came to qualify for this. Marcelo actually got second place at his national championships, which is fantastic. Ben's commenting like, hey, this is a tough team. So I see dice in Marcelo's use pile, but I didn't see anything happen. And
they're still setting up.
Oh, they're still setting up. Okay. I think. I looked away for a second. And so, I think the players are just asking some questions, getting them ready to be, the judges making sure they're ready to begin, and
here we go.
30 minutes on the clock.
Let's see if it takes that long.
Yeah, I mean, it likely won't. But let's. Okay, so gonna.
So we'll see. Do you think Marcelo will repeat his same strategy of parallax and push early?
So it's less necessary, but
true.
It's definitely not out of the question. So so Marcelo goes for a Constantine early. Because he's probably looking, Elf Thief, Bard, Dwarf Wizard. I'd love to slow any of those down a turn. So Marcelo's plan is going to be to
straight into a Wizard.
PXG twice, while Ben goes straight to the Wizard. Okay, so Marcelo's going to be rolling 7 dice this turn. Not an uncommon strategy. So where he goes with those 7 dice is going to be determined. One of the things to note, too, is that Marcelo has brought Babs along, and he didn't bring away for himself to do damage to Babs, but his opponent has Magic Missile. Also, it's really uncommon to see the overlap of Babs and Hulk. For a lot of players, they've kind of just picked their spot, and they're going to say, I want the 4-cost or I want the 6-cost option on this. We didn't see him use either of them in his last game, though. So it'll be interesting to see what he does against the Fabricate Bard team, like Ben has selected.
All right.
Okay. Ooh,
straight into a cloud kill.
Straight to cloud kill. Very unusual line of play compared to a lot of what we've seen this weekend. Okay, so Ben's got some of his own ramp. Got his reroll. So seeing Fist and 2 shields, 2 masks and a wild.
See if he rerolls.
That was his reroll.
Was that his reroll?
He's imprisoned. Okay. Huh? So both players are going for character control options, while only one. They've only got 1 character each. So it's interesting to see things land this way. There's not a lot of pressure from Ben, so Marcelo could continue to do some more unusual plays here,
or even just work into whatever kill con he wants.
Yeah, he can work toward his win con pretty confidently. Okay, so looks like Constantine on his character face. Not the best, not the worst, but when your opponent has got that imprisoned waiting for him,
Although
you might move a little bit differently.
at least it was free.
At least he was free.
Since either way he'd get captured.
Free face is often best face.
Marcelo got the Cloud Kill to come back up as energy, so at least he has a lot of buying options.
Yeah, the Cloud Kill as energy when your opponent has no character dice in the field zone is very, very strong. Okay. Oh, so he's looking at saving that shield for something.
Parallax Global.
Okay. Ooh, so
Parallaxing all the sidekicks.
Parallax, yeah, could be a lot of time for a lot of energy, which is, and parallaxing the sidekicks is really fantastic when it comes to not having to worry about that imprisoned.
And 2 came back.
2 came back. Well, that's pretty unlikely. But did he get Constantine? Nope. Constantine came back too. Wow,
Constantine was not rolled.
Constantine was not rolled. Okay, so yeah, that's still pretty unlikely.
Trying again with the Constantine this time.
Okay, now he's got his energy. And Constantine is still free. Okay. Yeah, but it's definitely better to roll Constantine while he's in the field zone because, he can level up.
This is very true. Ooh, looks like a Hulk buy.
Oh boy! Things are quickly escalating in directions people didn't expect. Oh, it looks. Oh, I thought he was grabbing the Black Widow at first.
Nope.
Yeah, no, Hulk.
I think he may have just lost track of where his Hulk was.
That could very well be.
It's 5th game. Fairly likely.
Quick game.
And he attacks.
Okay, attacks the Constantine for 3. Yeah. So Ben's down to 17. Because why just let your Constantine get imprisoned? Why let him get Dwarf Wizarded when he just a quality die in your bag? So this there's some strangely bad rolls available to Ben here, where he gets the imprison on the action phase instead of the energy, gets his Dwarf Wizard on level 3 when he actually wants his energy because it won't blank anything. But he does have the Dwarf Wizard as energy, which is going to be good for him. So the we've asked the question of who's the beatdown previously, and the players probably know better than I would, but I get the sense that the longer the game goes, the greater Marcelo's advantage here is going to be.
Very much so.
Black Widow is a really, really ridiculous blocker against all these zero-cost dice-like sidekicks. Okay.
There's the Bard.
So there's the Bard buy from Ben.
Everybody's favorite today.
Yeah, I really like that Bard lets you win with your other stuff. It's not it's the source of the damage, it's the source of the attack power, but it can go any number of directions as the fabricate versus utility is really showing us here. Marcelo showing us his bag shaking here. So let's see what he ends up with. Okay, so he's got his Cloud Kill, which he's going to want his energy again. So it's interesting to see that the Dwarf Wizard has been saved as a Bolt Face by Ben. So he's got the Magic Missile option available to him, but it may not matter that much because it doesn't seem like Marcelo has been trying to get his sidekicks going for him. Oh, but he leaves one out, buys a Bard. So yeah, so both players, just kind of plodding along. Anything can kind of happen. It's just kind of very, very open-ended to see where things are going to go. Distraction being available is going to be pretty critical because it's going to mean that Marcelo is going to be able to stop the critical attackers from getting through. Or, Ben too, because it is a global ability. They can share it that way.
It is interesting to see the distraction beside Cloud Kill.
Yeah.
As under Cloud Kill, they're effectively the same.
Yeah.
For the opponent.
Under Cloud Kill, they're effectively the same. And so, for that reason, Marcelo's made a really good choice to bring the less expensive option to take advantage of. Okay, so now we see an Elf Thief buy.
And a second Bard.
Bard number 2 and Elf Thief number 1. Pretty wild that we're gonna we're gonna go so deep into the game at this point, and this is really the first Elf Thief that either player, or sorry, is it the first, or it might be the second Elf Thief, because I don't quite remember what Ben has on his team. Yeah, so this is the second Elf Thief purchased, and Marcelo still has not pursued one. Oh, but we got a Hulk. So Hulk at level 3 can't get imprisoned.
He's still drawing currently.
Yeah, he's still drawing. So Hulk at level 3 can't get imprisoned, and there's a Parallax in the mix. So Hulk, if we want a level 3 Hulk, we might be able to get there. There's no ability to spin him up with like the use of the Polymorph Global, for example. Hulk comes up as energy. Wouldn't be surprising to see a reroll there.
But at this point, he does have the Constantine, which he'll need to keep to protect Hulk from Dwarf Wizard.
Yeah, so Constantine is likely to name Dwarf Wizard. But even if you got a gigantic body to block with, there's worse situations.
Very true. And there he is on his mid face, I believe.
It looks like it's got the burst, yeah. So on the flip side, if Constantine is at least a 1 fielding cost and Hulk is at his middle face, you can't imprison both of them.
Well, in fact, that means he's got a fair bit of damage just sitting on board, waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Mr. Fantastic Global on the Constantine.
Okay. So Marcelo could distract his own Constantine if he wanted to.
It's very true.
Which is one of my favorite plays in Control, that your guys are actually targetable, but it's kind of irrelevant. So Marcelo is pointing out for our benefit both that Mr. Fantastic forced the attack and that he'll distract. So there's a question.
Just having a little discussion on order of operations.
Yeah, but I think it seems straightforward what's going on.
Yep.
What's going on here? There's just, I guess well, I have to declare no blockers or something. Oh, okay. So oh, there's a timing question that they're gonna resolve at the table.
There may be additional globals.
Yeah, so there may be some additional globals. It's a question of, I guess, bookkeeping or some such. But yeah, so I've seen that some of the players from other games are already done. And I'm not sure if that's because they've ID'd into the cut or because their games are over. But we're quickly shaping up to know who our top 8 World Championship Dice Masters players are going to end up being. So, yeah. So,
and now we're good.
Now that we've gotten past that, it looks like Ben is gonna start his turn. So, out of Ben's bag, we're probably going to see an Imprison. Oh no! So Imprisoned is in his use pile as energy,
as well as both bards and one thief.
But yeah, here comes the Dwarf Wizard
and a thief.
And so yeah, I think Marcelo pointed to the Dwarf Wizard, calling it for Constantine, which was not a surprise to probably most of the viewers. Okay. He's, organizing his dice and trying to determine his reroll here. And he's got his reroll, and so there's the Dwarf Wizard on the character face again, which is a little unfortunate. So he's gonna field a sidekick. Sidekicks are like an endangered species in this matchup between Hulk and Cloudkill and Imprisoned,
and Babs and everything else. They're just really not going to hang around.
It's a dangerous time to be a sidekick. And so, what's funny is, so we're going to see a Parallax here from Ben. He chooses not to reroll the Dwarf Wizard.
So Neo thiefing.
Thief not stealing energy. Dwarf Wizard blank Constantine. Okay. Okay. And so Fabricate says, oh, that's okay. See, this is when we talk about the players have the practice. It seemed unfortunate at first that Dwarf Wizard was going to not be super effective, but he ended up getting popped for the Clay Golem option. Okay, so we see some ramp and we see a Magic Missile Global from Marcelo. So
Marcelo gets to roll everything here.
Gonna get to roll everything, and there's a Bard in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not gonna be lethal because distraction.
Yep. But if he can make him use distraction 4 times,
quad distraction would kill Ben's ramp, and it would leave an incredibly dangerous field for Marcelo to fight back with. And Ben's bag would be pretty dense with things that are not that great. But Constantine could still call Bard and give Marcelo a really safe hiding zone. So, yeah, wow. And with Parallax and
activating Cloud Kill for no effect.
Yeah, Cloud Kill for nothing, buys an Elf Thief. And let's see where he goes with. Okay, so he passes priority. So this is the thing. Like, Ben has to choose to Professor X before he knows if he's going to need to distract a whole bunch of times.
And he has pass back to Marcel.
And so
Marcel pushes.
Push for game. And so one of the cute things too for Marcelo is that he could distract extra guys if Ben distracts not everybody. So, okay, so we see the count here. So, Hulk is just so much damage. Oh.
At 7/7 plus all the boost.
Yeah. So what's the Bard giving to everybody right now?
He's giving him +3.
Oh, +3.
Yeah, there are 4 different characters.
+3. So
here's the first distraction.
So distract number 1
on the Hulk.
Okay, so we scoot him back.
Now Constantine.
And now Bard. Oh, now a sidekick. So he's going to take 13. So he's going to be
take 11.
He's going. I'm hearing 13? A combination of English and Spanish numbers are getting a little confused.
Oh, there's a discussion of what the difference is.
Yep. So the judge is going to just make sure that everyone's clear on the proper amount of damage from this. Okay, so one of the cool things about Clay Golem as a facet of the Bard team is that if Marcelo chooses the route that lets him use the magic missile onto Hulk, it's going to turn into a bunch of damage that can be moved and prevented because of the Clay Golem. Okay, so Ben is going to be at 4 life. Okay, so there's consensus. So now, okay, so now we move the dice, and that's our signal that it's time for Ben's turn. So Ben, okay, so Constantine names Wizard.
Yes.
Okay, so what Constantine named Wizard means that Hulk is super safe.
There's an imprisoned.
There's imprisoned though, so I mean, perhaps I exaggerated with super safe. Okay, so we're gonna see Ben organize his energy and stuff as he's done. I mean, the other option at work is, since there's not a Bard, even if we've seen him imprisoned or something, there's not a win condition for Ben. Yeah, so okay.
There's the imprison.
Okay, imprison on
the Hulk and the sidekick.
Hulk and sidekick, not unreasonable. Because now at the point where Constantine's named Wizard, it's not that big a deal. players are starting to congregate and take great interest in this game in person, which is always one of the things we really like to have happen. Okay, so Constantine, Dwarf Wizard is fielded, not doing anything because Constantine.
There's a Parallax play with Marcelo's energy.
Elf Thief to Parallax, getting some rerolls. So Ben is going to try and steal all of Marcelo's energy and kill his ramp.
There we go again. Another Parallax off the Elf Thief.
And two thieves coming back as thieves.
Does keep him blockers for when that Bard comes around again.
It certainly does.
But he does it again.
Okay, so he gets one as energy, which is part of what he's
all he needed.
Yeah.
As here comes the next Parallax.
He runs the risk. Oh, there he goes. Okay. And so he's not, now he's probably going to go for a Fabricate play here to make sure he's got those thieves to roll again next turn. But at the same time, he might want to get the Dwarf Wizard out of there instead.
Okay. Buys another Elf Thief. Makes sense.
So Marcelo has a chance of hitting his Elf Thief this turn, I believe. And that'd be pretty dramatic because he could then make it so neither player has any more ramp going for them.
There's the Fabrication, as would really be expected at this point. Just keep his dice moving. Now it's Marcelo's turn.
I noticed that some players are using Flesh Golem instead because the shield energies work better for their team, and I think that's an interesting difference that has come along.
Also can be done with smaller dice.
Oh, true.
As it's Fabricate 3 instead.
Fabricate 3, so you can do like Morphing Jar and Miri, for example.
Yep. Or a Dwarf Wizard and a Sidekick.
Dwarf Wizard Sidekick. So here's the
Bard's back.
Okay, so Bard is back, but Bard might end up being alone.
There is still a Constantine on board.
Oh, sure. There's the Constantine on board.
If he sees a Sidekick, this might be interesting. No Sidekick yet.
No Sidekick, and then it's just too rough to try and spend the energy and get things to pan out.
Very much. The safer play is sit for a turn.
Yeah. Okay, so there's no threat of Constantine. So there's no threat of Dwarf Wizard. So calling someone new with Constantine is pretty compelling.
Yep.
On the flip side, we could see, with all the energy working, a Parallax play on that Dwarf Wizard to get him back into some other configuration.
Now, of course, Ben has had to sit on one energy for distraction.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been able to prop fully, because if he doesn't, Marcelo could win here.
Very, very quickly.
And there's the pass.
How many defense does that Dwarf Wizard have?
Dwarf Wizard.
It's more than one.
Yeah, it's going to be at least a 2 defense.
Okay. Yeah, so that mask not being a wild or a bolt is pretty significant here, because that could have marked some serious trouble. Yeah, so he's either got a 2, 3, or 4 defense. I think it's 3 because I think he's on his level 1 face. The part of the trick here too is that even if Ben has a really good turn, unless it's for 20, any given roll from Marcelo could put the nail in the coffin.
That is a fair bit of options there for Ben.
Oh yeah, I mean just so many dice, so many good times. I think at some point your limiting factor.
He's parallaxing.
First step parallax. Okay, so it's gonna reroll 2 die. 2, 3? Let's. Yeah, so he's hoping that the wizard probably comes up energy, and then he can roll him again and get a character. Because why not when you're gonna? I'm kind of surprised he didn't fill the elf thief first, unless that was called by Constantine. I guess that was the case, and now he's probably calling Constantine with his dwarf wizard to make his elves go in.
Parallax call again.
Oh. Okay.
And for extra energy potentials off the sidekicks.
Yep. Okay.
I believe he's trying to get that wizard available to make his elf thieves live again.
Yeah, but so now the dwarf wizard's gone. Is Constantine Okay. Okay. Really just, I think Parallax was a known thing for a lot of players, but if you haven't gotten to witness how strong it was, this weekend has been a great showcase. Okay, so you just,
I don't think those were the rolls Ben wanted off the Parallax.
Those were not what Ben was hoping for, and he got quite a few options. So he's forcing an attack from Bard, and then he's going to spend 1 energy to get Professor X Global for 2 energy next turn.
So let's see if Ben pushes in. He does.
Okay, so
he cannot due to Constantine.
He can't. So he can just. Marcelo's got. So life as a resource is one of the early and perhaps fundamental things that people have talked about within Dice Masters. That I'm willing to take plenty of damage if it means that I get some advantage out of it. Some cards directly call for you to pay life, but then in situations like this where you can activate the Taunt Global and take some damage, why not? Oh, and Ben sees the roll and concedes because, he knows it. Wow, what a stellar game. And Marcelo said, I'm here to play, and not only is he here to play, it's very clear he's here to win, and we could be looking at one of these guys becoming the next Dice Masters World Champion. So it's just so exciting to be a part of this and talk about all the things that they're doing in their strategies. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to probably come back with a preview for everybody. And if we have some knowledge of exactly which players and what kind of teams are in the top 8, we might come back and talk a little bit about that too. Thanks for tuning in.